That's the sound of the Atlantic Ocean coming ashore at Gumwallow Fishing Cove down here on the Lizard. I'm standing on a sandy shingle beach looking out to sea, and all along the beach there are bits of flotsam and jetsam which the ocean has washed ashore, bits of plastic, bits of fishing net and so on. With me are Dave Roberts and Des Glover from the Cannock Diving School. Dave, tomorrow you're taking part in a big beach cleanup operation which includes below the low tide mark. How do you do that?
Basically what we do is for the on the land or on the shore bit, we get a group of local school children, other divers and sort of interested people, and we come down, collect all the rubbish from the beach, catalogue it all, and then we report all the information to the Marine Conservation Society.
Now Des, what sort of things do you find when you do this?
All sorts really, mainly lots of bits of plastic of varying sizes, bottles, bags, that sort of thing. Obviously, so we've got this big fishing net next to us at the moment. It varies, lots of little stuff.
Now, in the interest of authenticity and getting as close to the story as possible, I'm here in my wetsuit. We're actually going into the ocean to see what we can find. You wouldn't believe the health and safety paperwork that had to be filled in before we did this. It's not as cold as I feared it was going to be. And I can feel it starting to, the shingle beach is sloping quite steeply. And you can certainly getting very wet and knocked over. Okay, now. The very clever engineers at BBC Radio Cornwall have given me a special microphone which is supposed to record in and under the water, and in a moment we'll see if that works. If listeners hear the sound of crackling, sparking and a reporter being slowly electrocuted, you'll know it didn't work. Now, let's just see what I can see if I stick my head and the underwater microphone under the water. I couldn't see a thing. Now, Dave and Des are the experts. You guys know exactly what you're looking for and how you're going to find it.
Right.
You show me how it should be done.
Okay, right, I'll just duck my head under here then. Hang on, let's wait for this big wave. And straight away I've got a little bit of fishing line there.
Yep.
And a wet head, but no, it's a little bit of fishing line, and that's typical. It's very small pieces of monofilament fishing line. We also find a lot of carrier bags here, which is very unfortunate for the environment, because things like dolphins and seals, they will mistake those for things like jellyfish, and quite often they're found stranded and dead on the shoreline. They do an autopsy and they found things like carrier bags inside them. So, you know, please take them home with you, everyone.
Let's just move up the beach a little way so that we don't get so much pounded by the waves. Now, Dave, when you're doing this clean-up tomorrow, I know you're appealing for volunteers to come and help, but obviously not everybody will be able to go in the water and dive.
No, that's right. We are appealing for people to come and help us with the shore clean-up, but also local divers who are suitably experienced. If they could come along to our dive centre at Cannock Sands at 9 o'clock, we'll sort them out with all the equipment necessary, give them a safety briefing, and then we'll take them in. And what we'll do underwater is we'll do a systematic search in like a grid pattern. We'll use lifting bags if we find anything. For instance, if we find an old tyre or an old lobster pot, something like that, and then we'll bring it all up together, and that same litter which we've collected from underwater will then be collated with all the stuff from on the land and forwarded to the Marine Conservation Society.
And Des, you do this every year?
Yep, every year.
And how did it go last year?
Fantastic. We had a really good response last year. We had about 30 or 40 people down here on the beach alone, probably another dozen in the water diving with us as well. Got a really good response last year. Hopefully it'll be the same this year.